I mean, we've gone a whole hour in this show, Jim, okay, and have not talked about Brandon Jennings yet. Is he not important?
He's very important.
Yeah,
you're right.
he is very important.
Let's talk a little bit about Brandon Jennings.
Well, he's down. He's 6 to 9 months.
What time? Again, your pick is going to be
8:47.
Okay, 8:47. We're still going to get your pick, but we're going to have to wait. Okay, Brandon Jennings
making me hot over here.
Done for the season. Torn Achilles. So what? Now they're out of the playoffs, right?
No. Whoa.
No, that's just the natural assumption, right?
All aboard!
Wait, what's
Guys,
this?
you know what that is?
What?
That's the tank train.
Adam, we're not jumping on the tank
I'm
train
not
again.
tanking.
No.
It's done.
No, why? Because Brandon Jennings
Cash
is
it
out
in,
now?
cash the season, give me that first overall
Look,
draft pick. We're done. Get on the
We
train.
were on board, Adam. We
Get
jumped
back
off.
on.
We're
Come
not
on.
jumping back on. All right?
Come on
There's
with me.
no room on the train, Adam. You can drive that crazy train all the way to the
All
Grand
aboard,
Canyon and
Brad.
fall
Come
off.
on.
I'll tell you, I still have hope for this team to make the playoffs.
I think it's much more difficult. I'm not jumping on the tank train. I still want them to play.
Well, what are you going to root for, Jim? You either root for the bottom or you root for the top.
No, I'm rooting for the top.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I think it's going to happen, but that's where my heart's at right now. I think Augustine can play some good point guard for this team. But the big thing, the reason I want them to win more than anything, Greg Monroe is in a contract year. If you just fold, he has no incentive to come back. You're still going to have to pay him a ton. You're still going to have to win, but you have to do everything you can to make him happy. You can't trade him. No one's going to trade for him knowing he won't re-sign there. He wants to keep his bird rights. He wants to cash in free agency. That's why he signed the qualifying offer. So what do you have to do? Make it a winning atmosphere. Don't bottom out. Don't give up. Look for trade targets. Embrace DJ Augustine and try to still make the playoffs. It's been too long since the Pistons have been in the playoffs. I'm not going on the tank train.
Correct. You can't hop back on the tank train. And I know we kind of flip-flop earlier on the year, and we had to defend ourselves a little bit, but I saw people jumping on social media right away as soon as Brandon Jennings went down. Hurry up, lose ball games, get that top pick. No, guys, because guess what? We talked to David Mayo last week. He doesn't think there's any chance Greg Monroe comes back. But the one chance that he does is that winning atmosphere created here in Detroit and buying into Stan Van Gundy. And you have to do that by pushing forward and trying to win ball games. And like Jim said, who knows if you'll make the playoffs or not. But the only chance of you keeping Greg Monroe is winning games right now. Because he's lost here for 5 years now, and he's not willing to lose anymore. And he's shown that by signing the qualifying offer and giving himself an opportunity to get off in this offseason and make the big bucks. So go out and win games. You can't hop back on the tank train, Adam.
Well, and the big thing is this loss of Jennings is huge. I mean, he's their best player. I don't think it's going to be easy. Now, Augustine has 18 at the half right now against Toronto.
Nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
Jennings has been so good for this team, though. I mean, he was scoring 20 points a game, 7 assists a game, shooting 40% from three, all since Josh Smith left. It's not going to be an easy thing to overcome, and Stan Van Gundy realized that right away last night.
He's been the guy who's been really sort of our catalyst offensively. You know, he's been averaging 20 a game and high assists, low turnovers, playing at the highest level of his career and playing great. He was a huge factor in the previous 15 games, so it's a major, major loss.
And the big thing he touched on there, assist to turnover. Jennings has not been a smart shooter, and he's not taking care of the ball earlier in his career. He was erratic. He was honed in. He was playing the best basketball of his career at 25 years old. He was finally embracing this role as the leader on the team, the leading scorer. Give me the ball for the big shot. I will take you to the playoffs. I will hit the big shots. They played the Pacers a couple weeks ago. They had no offense. He won the game for him every single possession down the stretch. This is a guy that was going to get this team in the playoffs, and if he was playing his best, I said last week, their ceiling was winning a playoff series. Now, I like DJ Augustine. He's not Brandon Jennings. And the biggest thing, too, even if you think Augustine is a notch below Jennings and can help make up some of it, who makes up the Augustine minutes? There is a trickle-down effect to this. You don't have a backup point guard. Is it Spencer Dinwiddie? He's a rookie. We haven't seen him. What is the solution here? There's a definite step back for this team, and the question now becomes, are they a playoff team? 989-774-3691. Right now, I say they're on the outside. I really do. I hope they're going to get in. I'm not calling for them to lose. I'd like to see them make a trade to try to get better, but there's not a lot of pieces. I want them to win. I think that's the direction the franchise should go in. But without Jennings right now, I don't think they're a playoff team until I see what DJ Augustine could do. 18 points in one half is not swaying me yet.
Well, Joel Anthony has made a big impact on this team, having an extra big here. But how big was that move to get rid of Will Bynum now?
Well, he's over in China. You can go give him a call if you want him back.
You can. You really can. And, I mean, is that a move that you go out and look to make? Because, I mean,
Dynamite. He was the opposite of what we're getting out of Jennings, though, in the sense of turnovers.
You make a great point in the fact that Augustine can fill in for Brandon Jennings. And even if he is 80% of what Brandon Jennings has been over the last month, who fills in on the bench coming off? I mean, Augustine can't play 40 minutes, 45 minutes a game. I mean, he might be able to, but he's going to get burnt out at some point. You have to have somebody behind you. And coming into the season, Stan Van Gundy was, hey, look, Spencer Dinwiddie is ready to go right now. Well, guess what?
See it.
It's time to show it because he needs to be there. I mean, he's going to have to play bigger minutes than he's ever had